If your sales keep slowing down, or if you feel like you're putting in a lot of effort without seeing steady results, then this message is going to help you. There's a simple strategy I use every time I notice things slipping, and it always brings my business back into motion. Now, I study impact driven brands every day. I pay attention to what helps them grow and what makes people trust them, and why some businesses stay steady while others consistently feel like they're going up and down, right? And while I'm rebuilding my own brand from scratch, I lean on the same lessons that helped me grow my previous business to over 4,000 5-star reviews with a 4.99 rating. I've been an entrepreneur for over 15 years in marketing, event planning, content creation, and brand strategy. And even with that background, I still go through moments where sales dip. Okay. Whenever that does happen, instead of panicking or trying to do everything at once, I return to one strategy that helps me regain my direction super quickly. Okay. Now, most people think slow sales happen because they aren't posting enough, they don't have enough followers, or they're not selling hard enough, right? They're not pushing what they're selling. But slow sales usually show up when your marketing starts going into too many directions, right? When your message gets busy or scattered, people are going to stop following it. They're not going to respond. They're not going to share. They're not going to comment. Okay. It's not that they don't like you. Okay. They simply just don't understand what you want them to notice, you want them to focus on. Okay. Now, when customers feel unsure, that's when they're going to start pulling back. And that's what creates that drop or that dip in engagement and in your sales. Now, one thing I see across every strong brand that I study, whether it's from Alex Hermosi and Layla Hermosi, Dean Graziosi, Russell Brunson, or any of the other brands that I've been looking up, this is the thing that they're focusing on, and that they're focusing on one message at a time. Okay, they're not trying to overwhelm people with five different angles. They choose one direction, one message, and they're going to move forward with that. That's why their audience follows them so easily, because people will buy when they understand what you're talking about. Now, as I rebuild my own business, I notice the same pattern in myself. Whenever I try to talk about too many things in the same week, it just feels like everything loses power, right? But when I focus on one message, my content performs a little bit better because people are responding more, and sales start to rise again once I have that direction, once I have that focus. And again, it's not because I suddenly did more work, because I didn't. It's just I made a little shift to make it easier for people to follow the direction, follow the path that I'm talking about in my messaging. So here's a strategy that I use every time my sales begin to slow down. I choose one message for the entire week, just one, and then that message becomes the main idea that I talk about across everything that I create. And then to choose that message, what I do is I start asking myself, what is the biggest thing that people seem confused about right now? Okay. And I look at everything. It could be about my offers. It could be about what value I have to offer them. It could be about the results that they get. When I help them, it could even be how my products fit into their life. Whatever it is, I try to pick one issue and then I build on that message around it. And then once I have that message, that's what I talk about everywhere, in my videos, in my posts, in my emails, in my lives, in my captions, in my descriptions, right? All of it. And then that same message I put in just different ways. I'm not repeating the exact same words over and over and over, but making the same point across all my messages all week long. And this helps people finally understand what I want them to know. Then I remove anything that doesn't support that direct message, right? If it doesn't support it, if it's not helping people understand the idea that I'm trying to focus on, then I don't need to post it and I get rid of it. I just cut it out. And then cutting out that noise, all that extra stuff, makes your message stronger and easier to understand. And by the end of the week, I choose a new message and I start that whole cycle all over again. That's the strategy. One message per week, one direction that people can easily follow. And when people understand what you're talking about, that's when they're going to trust you. When they trust you, they respond faster and they're going to buy with less hesitation because they already feel comfortable with you, right? So when your message stays focused, people don't get confused or they're not going to drift away. They're going to want to actually know more. They're going to lean in and want to say, what else you got, huh? What else is happening? And this is how you stop slow sales before they even start, by giving people something simple to follow. Now, slow sales don't always mean something is wrong. Many times you just need to simplify what you're saying. Pick one message, stick with it for the week, make it easy for people to follow your lead, and that alone can change the momentum in your business very, very quickly. So, if this gave you a new way to think about your marketing, go ahead, friend, and please subscribe to the channel. I'm currently rebuilding my brand from scratch, and I am sharing a new lesson every day for 365 days to help you grow your business with more direction and confidence as I rebuild mine. So stay tuned, friend. Thank you again for your support. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one.